Hello all. In this video, we'll have a discussion on the topic firm value based approach in deciding on optimal investment in inventories. In the last video, we discussed about EOQ and optimality of investment in inventories. So in this video, we are trying to find out is there any relationship between investment in inventories and firm value. So there are basically three questions. So question number 1, does inventory affect firm value? Question number 2, what are the steps in using the firm value based approach? And the last one, how do we arrive at optimal investment in inventories decision using this approach? Question number 1, does inventory affect firm value? The answer is yes, very much, right? So increase in inventories results in decrease in cash flow. Alternatively, decrease in inventories result in increase in cash flow. So in terms of a kind of a flow diagram, so if we are going to decrease inventories, what is going to happen to the firm is cash is going to get released. So that means it is going to increase your cash flow, which will result in increase in profitability, which will finally result in increase in value for the firm, right? But there is a limit for reducing inventory. That means beyond a level, if you keep decreasing your inventory, what is going to happen to you is you will run out of stock, thereby your customers will jump to your competitors, right? So that means there is a trade-off. That means we are talking about optimality. So we are using firm value based approach. So now what are the steps in using this approach, right? So there are basically 5 steps. Step number 1 is we are going to compute the current value of the firm with its present inventory policy. In the second step, we are going to find out the value of the firm, right, when we are going to change the inventory policy. That means with the revised inventory policy, what happens to the value of the firm, we are going to find out that in step number 2. In step number 3, we are going to compute delta. Delta means change in your cash flow due to change in inventory policy. In step number 4, we are going to add the output of step number 2 and 3. In the last one, in step number 5, we are going to conclude whether the new inventory policy is generating higher value for the firm or not. So let's go through a small illustration wherein let us take the example of Lalit Sajal Nitish Limited LSNL. The current annual revenue of the firm is INR 2000 crores. The current investment in inventories for the firm is INR 600 crores. After tax operating margin, that is EBIAT or NOPAT margin, is 15%. Growth in EBIAT is 10% in the long run. Cost of capital for the firm is 18%, right? So now what is the decision point? The decision point is this. Should LSNL increase its inventory by revenue ratio from the present 30% to the proposed 35%? So with the following assumptions, right? So when the change in inventory policy will increase revenue by 3% immediately in the next year, and it will increase growth from 10% to 15% in EBIAT in the long run, and it will not affect the cost of capital. Ignore delta capex and depreciation, right? So with these assumptions, if you are going to look at the numbers now, right? So in step number 1, we are going to find out what is the value of the firm for the firm with its current inventory policy. So the formula is FCFF divided by difference between cost of capital and growth rate. So that means we will start with the revenue, current revenue 2000 crores into operating profit margin after tax, it is 0.15, into growth rate, that is 10%, that is 1.10, minus current year revenue into what is the investment in working capital as a percentage of revenue, that is 30%, 0.30, into growth rate, that is 0.10, divided by WACC minus G, 0.18 minus 0.10, gives you the value of the firm for its current inventory policy, that is INR 3375 crores. Now once we go for the revised inventory policy, that means we are going to increase the inventory ratio from 30% to 35% as a percentage of revenue, right? So what happens to the value of the firm? This is how it looks like, right? So current year revenue 2000 into 1.03, that is your growth rate in revenue immediately in the next year, only one time it will happen, into the after tax operating profit margin, that is 15%, 0.15, into growth rate in your EBIAT, that is 1.105, minus reinvestment, that is current year revenue 2000 into 1.03, that is growth in your revenue which will happen immediately only in the next year, into 0.105, that is a growth rate which is going to happen in your revenue, EBIT and cash flow, into what is your working capital ratio, that is 0.35, divided by WACC minus G. WACC is remaining same 18%, but G is 10.5%, so that means into minus 0.105. So if you do that, the value of the firm for its revised inventory policy comes to 3543.20 crores, right? Is it going up compared to the earlier number, Lalit? Yes, it is going up, right? So that means should we conclude the company's decision of going for increasing its inventory ratio from 30% to 35% as a percent of revenue is reaping higher firm value? Can we do that, right? What do you think, Siksha, right? So we can't do that because there is one more element which is missed out in the previous computation so far. So what we have to do is, when you are increasing your investment in inventory from 30% to 35%, that extra 5% investment in inventory is going to consume cash from the organization, right? So that means there is a cash outflow. I repeat, when you are increasing your investment in inventory, for that matter any working capital component, what is going to happen is your cash is going out, right? Whether it is inventory or receivable, when you increase, your cash is going out, right? So that means that 5% delta 5% is going to give you some cash outflow. Now we want to know how much it is, right? For that, first we have to find out what is your current level of investment in inventories. So that is INR 600 crores already given in the problem. Now we have to find out how much we will invest for the change in the inventory policy, right? So that is going to be 2000 current year revenue into immediate hike, that is 3%, into 1.03 into 0.35 is going to give you INR 721 crores as your investment in inventory, right? So that means what is the difference here, right? What is the difference? The difference is, Amit, what is the difference here? The difference is INR 121 crores, right? So that means the cash that is going to go out from your packet is 121 crores. Now go for, right, summing up the result of step number 2 and 3. So if you do that, it is going to be 3543 minus 121. It's not plus 121. It is minus 121 because the cash is going out from your packet, which is included in the value of 3543, right? So once you do that, what is your net number, right? The net number is INR 3422 crores. So what is the conclusion? Once you go for your current inventory policy, the value is only 3375 crores. After, right, increasing your inventory holding from 30% to 35% of revenue, the company is able to increase its value by 47 crores, right? So that means should we go for it or not, right? We should definitely go for it, right? So this is what, guys and girls, firm value based approach, right, in determining, right, optimal investment in inventory. So the summary is this. In this video we have basically answered 3 questions. Question number 1, does inventory affect firm value? Yes, very much. Question number 2, what are the steps in using the firm value based approach? Start with the present value for the current inventory policy, find out the revised value for revised inventory policy, and then go for, right, finding out how much is the cash that is getting released, right, or generated, and then adjust step number 2 and 3. Finally conclude whether the revised inventory policy is giving higher value compared to the previous one. So that is what exactly question number 3, right? Yeah. See you guys in the next video. Take care.